My name is Niles, my friends, and thank you for tuning in. And today we're going to take on the new category Boss Rush against Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, bringing in the LR Ginyu deck. Now, I'm going to be doing a side-by-side comparison of the SA1, which is mine, comparatively speaking, to an SA20. They are not at Super Tech 20 just yet because I do have 5 other Rainbow Star showcasing cards planned for you this week. So there's a little bit more prioritization on here. So regardless, this is free dupe 55%. So we do have that crit. So without wasting any more of your time, let's get into battle. Let's see what we can do against Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. We'll try to keep this under a 10-minute video. But if you are new here, consider subscribing, smashing that like, and I do appreciate your patience. I know that my showcasings are a little bit late, but they're somewhat hard to prep, so keep it in mind, but I do appreciate it nonetheless. So, that being said, we got a Captain Ginyu on the field, which is probably my second favorite unit. I would say Birder is probably my favorite unit overall. I do like his ability to dodge if he's in the first turn rotation. It's not the most trustworthy, I'd say. It's quite sketchy, but the card does have shocking speed, which would be an awesome link set, especially if you are on the current Super Battle Road for Mono Extreme AGL for that matter, because he will link up with the LR Android Super 17 as well as that AGL Janemba, which I do plan on doing a 100% showcase of, but pretty good nonetheless. All of these cards are quite cohesive. They do have the signature pose as well as the Ginyu Force, but I figured, you know what, we might as well go over this Captain Ginyu's leader skill. It's the Ginyu Force Category key +3, HP attack and defense up 100%. Now, the 12 to 17 key causes colossal damage to enemy and greatly raises attack for 1 turn. 18 key plus causes mega colossal damage to enemy and raises extreme type allies for attack 30% for 1 turn as well. So let's actually go ahead and demonstrate what that's going to be like. We can see the reveal of the enemy super attack thanks to Joyce's passive. Now, Joyce's passive is also really, honestly, really useful. Not to mention really. Extreme type key +2, attack 20% up, and like I said, reveals the enemy super attack location, which comes in handy quite often. I actually used this unit for Mono Extreme Strength on the Battle Road, and it was the first victory I was actually able to get. Not to mention landing a critical right here, nonetheless, which is pretty good. But the good thing about the LR Ginyu is he does have a Kid Buu type passive, which no HP restriction. Off the bat, he has extreme type attack and defense 30% up. And if you are running the Ginyu Force, you'll get an additional 20% attack and defense, which equates to a 50%, which is extremely nice. So we'll try to get Birder's passive off. We'll try right here. We'll go for Super Saiyan 4 Goku. We'll save all of these orbs for mine. Like I said, we'll do a side-by-side comparison of what an SA1, comparatively speaking, to an SA20. Almost a full wraparound as well. So let's go ahead and see what we do. Now, the Ginyu is probably the hardest hitting card in the game. His passive is key +3, attack and defense 70% up when only facing 1 enemy, so keep that in mind. Now, damage received reduced by 50% when fighting 2 or more enemies, so that's more or less what we're able to see right here. So, Super Saiyan 4 Goku is out of the way. Around a 400 multiplier right there for SA20, or excuse me, SA1, which is not bad whatsoever. Now, we have no way of obtaining the duplicates as of now, but I will have intention on maxing out this unit when it's available. So whenever it's available, whenever it's announced, I'll be letting you guys know first and foremost on this channel. But let's see what a 12 to 17 key super attack can do. Around 300,000 higher than mine at the 20 or the 18 key plus, so not bad overall. That's due to the thanks of Joyce's passive nonetheless too. 20% up is still pretty efficient. And then we'll have Guldo. Now the cool thing about Guldo is I believe he has a 50% chance to stun. It reduces incoming damage, I believe, by the enemy by 20% for 2 turns only. But most of these cards all do, really honestly, they all do link up. Now that Guldo actually has Brutal Beatdown, which is a pretty good unit too. A pretty good link set. So, I kind of want to see what he can do. So what I'm going to do right now is bring in an Icarus. Because if we do take damage, it could be pretty bad. But the good thing, as long as we do launch off a super attack, Birder's defense does increase. But I'm going to be really trying to get that Dokkan attack off. Now, I know I'm taking off Raccoon right now. Raccoon really has no place in this battle right now, but he's still pretty good to say the least too. He does have that passive where it's almost like Super 17 LR Goku Black. Attack 14% up for each attack received up to 70%, and defense 80% from the start of the turn as well. So we'll go ahead and test him out later on. All right, not bad. 66,000 damage. All right. No dodges either, so just goes to show you, honestly can't really rely on him whatsoever. 540,000. Granted, we do have type advantage. So, can he land a crit? No. All right. So we got dual Ginyu Force. We're going to get super attack within the first turn, so I'll actually use my first Sensu Beam. So I suspect that this attack overall is going to be pretty good. There we go. Full wraparound. 220,000 worth of attack and 62,000 worth of defense too, and that's also due to the thanks of Joyce's passive. We'll open this for the next turn. We'll try to see what Birder can do, or excuse me, Raccoon can do, even though he's off turn rotation right now. So around 1.3 million. All right, with the support unit, this if we land a crit, this could be some pretty good damage right here. 642,000. So honestly, pretty respected for a free-to-play team. You probably could beat the entirety of Boss Rush, but I'm not gonna lie, it's most likely due to RNG. Most likely. And Joyce's passive right there. Wow, 600,000 for the multiplier, and that's because we have dual Ginyus as well. And then mine's sitting around 500,000 for that multiplier at the 12 to 17 key. All right, so we're gonna rely and see if we can get that passive off and see if we can dodge within the first turn. If not, we'll have Captain Ginyu. We'll closely try to align that Dokkan attack as well. We're about that 80% mark as well, so we'll try to bring on Captain Ginyu since he does have type advantage. No dodges whatsoever for Birder, so just goes to show you, don't rely on it. But it's still pretty viable. Most likely, I'll be testing it out on the Battle Road stage. Well, the Fierce Battle Road stage. All right, so, oof, Captain Ginyu, thank you so much. Just shy of around $500,000 right there. All right, so now hopping on to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's final TUR stage. The question is, you know what? Since we get Super Tech right here, I kind of, honestly, I really do want to test out. Raccoon's passive. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take Joyce off. We'll try not to absorb the orbs that are within my type, but to be honest with you, I kind of do at the same time since I do want to align the Dokkan attack. So that's what we'll do. So, okay. So we'll have the 17 key super attack. We'll just be shy of that 18 key right here. So 300,000. So let's go ahead and actually test out Raccoon's defensive right now for 80% defensive up. Yeah, not bad. Really not bad whatsoever. I mean, we're not getting super tech, but it's pretty good nonetheless, right? And then Joyce with 185,000. All right, so let's go ahead and test out Captain Ginyu's super attack. We're also going to have Captain Ginyu right here with the LR Ginyu squad. So let's go ahead and test this out. So in the comment section below, my friends, predict the damage output. I'm going to say, honestly, I think this might do around 1 million. Respectively, I think this might do around 1 million. So in the comment section below, my friends, predict the damage output. I'm going to say, you know, since we have the attack and defense up 70% since we're facing one enemy, as well as the passive from LR Ginyu, I'm going to say, oop, I failed that. Oh, messed that up. I'm going to say roughly, despite the fact that we missed that, I'm going to say this is going to be around like 1.5 million if we land a crit. $1.3 million. Not bad whatsoever. Keep in mind, there was no critical right there, but for a free-to-play unit, I would say absolutely worth your time. This is really not too hard to get. It's really dependent on stamina. And since this event is currently out pretty much every day for you to farm an individual unit, it's absolutely worth your time. I really wouldn't invest too many Dragon Stones unless you're a YouTuber for stamina purposes, but if you're hell-bent on getting these guys, for sure. It should maybe take about 1 to 3 Dragon Stones a day, probably, depending on how much stamina you are and how high of level you are. But all right, we've got the regeneration of health. Let's actually go ahead and let's test out his passive one more time for the defense, because that was quite impressive. We'll have LR Ginyu get this super attack off right here. And then Guldo, you can take this. So not bad. I'd rate this team, I mean, definitely my applauds to Akatsuki and the team for bringing a free-to-play team. I'd say a solid year 3 all around. I know there's been some complaints, but you know, you guys got SR tickets and SSR tickets, and regardless if you're able to pull one or none, they're still free at the end of the day. And I've not been able to pull an LR on that SR SSR banner, so it just goes to show you, not everybody gets lucky, but I see a lot of people on Twitter pulling them. So big shout out to you guys as always. You know, if you were able to pull them, good for you, but I just have not been able to, which really honestly sucks. But all right, so let's go ahead. Let's get a little love from Jace. Let's get a little love from Captain Ginyu, and then we'll end this battle right here. So as always, my friends, thanks once again for tuning in. Stick around for later content as always, my friends. And will Jace be able to land a dish, maybe a crit? No, 186. Hey, and that multiplier is just shy of 1 million too. But landing a 1 million critical to end the battle with the LR Ginyu deck. Are they worth it? Absolutely. Definitely worth your time, considering they are free. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units you can get Rainbow Star to make your box look pretty, right? So, guys, once again, my name is Al. Stick around for later content. But until the next one, guys, you stay safe. Peace out.